as we talk about the severity of the lack of knowledge of humanity. And, again, folks, if it seems like I'm back to beating up on these globe earthers again, I can't help it. Hopefully, there's lots of globe earth fantasy fairy tale junkies, fans of the rapid descent of the globe Earth fairy tale. Hopefully, there's enough flat Earth junkies that you don't mind me continuing on this topic, but it's so dang important, folks. Lack of knowledge, okay? It can't be any more clear, folks. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record. I keep telling you guys, okay? The globe Earth is the glue that holds the entire house of cards together. It is imperative for the entire plan. Obviously, it creates this mass psychosis and has created this mass psychosis in society where people live in a false reality. Look up the definition of psychosis. Okay, it's when you live in a false reality. You don't have your feet on the ground in any way, shape, or form. You don't know which way is up. And like Lucky's always told you, this kind of pseudoscientific propaganda, which is what it is, folks. It's what the globe Earth has always been. Social engineering, agenda-based propaganda. It cannot be any more clear, folks. It is right in your face, the clearest form and intensely pushed propaganda ever upon the human race, and it has created nothing but the deer in the headlights look from the human civilization. They are lost. Okay, and now it's happening really rapidly, folks. I want to point out a few things here. Not to toot my own horn, I want to point out, the reason I do this, folks, is because one at a time, this is fixable. This psychosis, these people living in a fairy tale, one at a time, this is a fixable issue. These people can be taught to identify what propaganda is. These people can be taught the difference between a factual statement and a theoretical one. The problem with the theoretical statements from the science community is they've been carefully disguised to be promoted as factual. I would Anybody who believes in the globe right now, I would challenge any of you to tell me about your teacher in elementary school that told you the truth, that this is a theory and it's their best guess at where we live, but it's not been proven. It's a hypothesis backed up by miles and miles of theories, which they then claim that these theories are proof of their hypothesis. Did any of your teachers explain that to you correctly, or did they tell you you live on a globe, people in Australia are upside down, the Earth is rotating and orbiting the sun? Is that how they taught it to you, or did they teach it to you correctly as a hypothesis that's backed only by theories? That it can't be demonstrated and has never been demonstrated, and that it's non-demonstrable science. Do any of you globies recall your teacher telling it to you that way? The way, truthfully? No, you don't, because it's indoctrination. See, the American populace can't believe it's indoctrination because it came directly from their authority figure, their God, their teacher, their professor, their books that were given to them, and they were told, read this. And then, after miles and miles and miles of theoretical explanations to explain away observation and experiment, these people eventually live that as if it's some form of truth. That's how they brought the populace under a form of mass psychosis and got them to the point where they could go on TV and say, science says put on a mask. Right? It's literally, they trained you with the old game, Simon Says. What do you think they were doing then? What do you think Simon Says was? Simon Says sit down. Simon Says stand up. Simon Says pick a seat. Simon Says raise your hand. Put your hand down. Oh, Simon didn't tell you. You're out of the game. Get it?